Well, I mean, basically, people don't understand. I got the best quote that I've heard about diversity, and the person said, "Diversity is, period." Now let's deal with the real problems. So when it comes to like diversity, as far as like multicultural, like you can be multicultural by default, but that doesn't mean that you're necessarily diverse, or vice versa. Just because you assume that you're diverse doesn't mean that you're multicultural, because you can be diverse in several aspects of the way people look at gender, the way people view their roles culturally in society, or just the way people view things. That's a type of diversity. But when you equate that with multiculturalism, and let's just let's get this amount of black kids, this amount of Asian kids, this amount of Latino kids, just to equate that to diversity, is not really the same thing. So I think that people really need to understand that there's a difference, but they're both still very important as far as in terms of understanding what goes on, but I still think that there's not enough awareness about those issues.
I feel like the majority of the people around here are kind of from the same area, from Long Island. I personally am one of those people. But I think there's definitely a good representation.
Some people to be like, I don't have a bias. You do have a bias. You grew up a certain type of place. Your parents gave you an outlook. If you're religious, your religion plays on how you think about other people. So everybody has a type of bias, and it doesn't have to be a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? Me liking Coke over Pepsi is a bias, but me attacking you because you like Pepsi and I like Coke, but that happens. Not necessarily about soda, but about race and about gender and social status. So all of those things happen, and I think that we really need to come to grips with our biases and the fact that if you talk about it, it's easier to get past. You know what I'm saying? If you just push.
Before I came to SUNY New Paltz, I expected there to be a lot of diversity, and I was glad to find out that when I came here, that's exactly what I found.
To this day, I would never regret coming here because of all the things that we offer. Like, we have several clubs that address multiculturalism, and like you can have a Champ Asia, you can have a Black Week, you can have a Sankofa, you can have a Hallel. You have all of these organizations that like enrich and expand on people's cultures. Even something like Human versus Zombies. You know what I'm saying? That's a culture of people that like to do a certain type of thing. But as well as far as diversity, I think that this is a very diverse campus. I think it could be a lot more diverse as far as because in all honesty, if you want to make it like truly diverse, the numbers should match. So like of Black and Latino people percentage wise in New York State, if this campus was truly diverse, that number would match.